So next we go with headings in ALV report. Providing heading and subheading and logo. In the ALV report, you can add the logo or any graphics or any image as header in report output list. Not only heading, along with that you can maintain the subheading, plus you can add any logo in your report output list also. But this is not relevant to only interactive, any type of ALV report. Now we are discussing with the interactive. Earlier we discussed with the classical. In future we are about to discuss with the hierarchical and the block. In all type of report, you can maintain heading, subheading plus logo. I can say in ALV report. Don't think that only during the interactive we can provide the heading, subheading and the logo. Actually, this is a property of ALV. It can be classical, interactive, blocked or the hierarchical. So same event we need to use, but with the different pattern. See, normally in the traditional way, if I want to maintain the heading, what is the event which we have used? Top of page, top hyphen of hyphen page. But same top of page will be written as top underscore of underscore page. And the event which is being used after displaying the ALV list, such events we never call directly. Instead, we will prepare them in the format of event internal table, and that internal table we need to pass to the function model. Already we did. We have used the user command. For that, we have defined the user routine, and that we pass to the function model. The same way we need to do it for the heading and the subheading, nothing but the top of page. So can you go here, prepare events? So we have maintained for the user command. Now this time, no need to create another event internal table, same internal table. So like usually, normal in traditional way, we go with top hyphen of hyphen page. But in the ALV, the representation is top underscore of underscore page. So whenever this event get triggers, we need to call the subroutine. Normally, if you go with any other type of report which we have created, suppose if I go with this, can you see here? Top of page. Perform, header basic. You can create the routine with any name. Same way. Here also you can create the subroutine with any name. You can provide your name also. This is the event name. Under the name, you need to pass the event, which event you want to trigger. When that event get called, so you need to call the subroutine to execute the logic. If you write it is something like a perform. For this event, this is a perform. See, whatever the event being called after displaying the ALV, such events we never call it directly. Instead, we will prepare in the format of event internal table. Not all, only event which is being called after displaying the ALV. So here we need to say that form the subroutine name, and this is your end form. Now how to maintain the heading and subheading? See, first you need to prepare the heading and the subheading, and that heading and the subheading will be displayed by using some function model again. And to prepare the heading and the subheading, again SAP has provided the structure. To prepare the heading and subheading, SAP has provided the structure. The seventh note, slis underscore list header. It is a standard structure. For preparing the work area for heading, the work area to maintain heading and subheading. Similarly, we do have slis underscore t underscore list header. It is a table type. for preparing internal table or to create the internal table. For heading and subheading. So one by one you need to maintain in a work area, and that you need to open in an internal table, and that internal table need to be passed to the function model. Heading and subheading. Now you can ask me, can we use the same? See, that event internal table which you are preparing, that you need to pass to the ALV function model. Reuse ALV grid display or reuse ALV list display. Now, whatever the heading and subheading you are preparing in the format of work area and internal table, now you can ask me in which function model we need to pass this internal table. Do we need to pass to the same function model, reuse underscore ALV underscore grid underscore display? No. SAP has provided the different function model for that. So the ninth one, reuse underscore ALV underscore commentary underscore write. So it is a function model to display heading, subheading. Even you can maintain the footer as well also. With the help of same function model, you can display the footer as well and logo in a report output list. Now, first we will prepare the heading subheading, then we can display it. Now, before that, I will go to that structure, SLIS one, the type group SLIS, and the structure is SLIS list header. In that, you can find only 3 fields. Can you see? This is for top of page. When you use the top of page, for that top of page, first you need to prepare and then you need to display. So prepared by this structure, and in that you do have only 3 options: type, key, and the info. And in the type, you do have 3 options. H stands for header, S stands for subheader, A stands for action. Action something like if you want to add some push button, if you want to do some interactive, then we need to go with A action. Otherwise, with the help of H, when you maintain the type as H, it will be considered a header. When you mention the type as S, it will be considered as subheader. Similarly, it's a key and it's a info. Now, for example, now in the heading, I want the name of my organization, and in the subheading, I want to print the date. So this is date as a label, and here it should print the today's date, something like 22/01/2025. So among these two, so this should be comes as my main heading, and this should be comes as my subheading. So in that case, you need to maintain the type as H to get it as main heading, and you need to maintain the type as S. This is a parameter of that structure. Can you see? Type, TYP. If you maintain the type as H, it will becomes as a main heading, type as S, subheading. Then, can you see this is your label, and this is your value. So this label you can maintain by using the key, and this value you can maintain by using the info. Can you see? Key and the info. Now can you see here? Type group, and in front of that, type group name. So this is your label and this is your value. So label will be maintained by using the key, and this will be maintained by using the info. Right? Now in the heading, what heading you're expecting? Now I can say, so first I will prepare the work area and internal table. Work area underscore, something like list, type, SLIS, list header. IT, T list header. Done. Now we will maintain the heading one by one. Hyphen type, I want to maintain the main heading. I want to maintain directly heading. There is no any label and the value, directly value. During the header case, I want directly a value. That value you can maintain by using info. So info is equals to, I can say customer master data, something. Or you can take customer wise sales order details, right? That we need to append work area underscore list to IT underscore list. And we should clear before we are going to reuse this one. Now we have prepared the main heading and that we have collected in internal table. In the same way, you need to prepare the subheading. In the subheading, you can maintain any number of main header, any number of subheader. There is no restriction. It doesn't mean that you need to maintain only one main heading, only subheading. No, you can maintain any. Now list key. So I want the label, something like date, and info. In front of that, I want to print the today's date. So today's date, the system variable is side data. So I have prepared the heading. Already the event which you have prepared, see the event for what event we have prepared, this one event, top of page. This is a subroutine and this subroutine already we have created. Now this event internal table already we have passed to the function model. Can you see? This we have already passed. No need to pass it again. Already we have passed. Now maybe suppose you are expecting some header and a subheader in the output list. It is just a blank line. Are we getting that heading subheading? No, right? Now if you want to get that heading and subheading in your report output list, then we need to call that function model. To get heading, subheading plus logo in your report output list, we need to go with reuse ALV commentary right. Reuse underscore ALV underscore commentary underscore right. So whatever the internal table you have prepared, that internal table you need to pass here. That's it. This is a mandatory. Rest 3 are optional. So this is main heading, which is with the larger font, with the somewhat in bold, and with the subheading, smaller font comparative to the main heading. And this is a part of your key, the label. And can you see that is coming in bold? And this is your value, nothing but the info. But can you see the date format? It is coming as year, month, and the day. And this is a default format of date in SAP. That comes as date, year, month, and the day. Now you're saying that no, I don't want this in this way. I want proper date like 22/01/2025. Then we need to go with some string operation. Now what I can do, I will create one variable LV underscore date type string. Now how to prepare this date? I can say concatenate side datum plus 6 in bracket 2, nothing but this comes as day. Now suppose today date is what? So internal format of date in SAP is this one. So what we need to do? We need to read after 6, we need to read the 2 digit from this side datum. This comes as day. Now similarly, after 4, we need to read it again 2. That is a part of month. And after 0, we need to read the 4. That comes as year. That we need to pass into LV date separated by. Done. Now you can consider this date. Instead of side item, you can go with LV date. This is normally your string operation. Already we have discussed, right? With this, so the default format of date in SAP is year, month, and the day. So we need to go in this format. Otherwise, SAP has provided some standard function model also. You can use that one as well. But that's fine. Can you see? 22/01/2025. Now user is expecting the logo. Before we call the logo, of course, I need to call the logo. I need the logo in my report output list. So before that, make sure your logo is available in SAP document server. Now, suppose if you want to set your WhatsApp profile photo, it means before we set whatever the graphics or the image for your WhatsApp profile photo, first you need to be make sure that that image, that graphics should be there in your device, right? If not, first you need to, of course, if it is in someone else mobile, you need to take to your mobile, or maybe you need to download somewhere from the sources. Then you need to set it. Same way, even SAP is also having some file manager directories. So before we call any logo for your report output list, make sure that your logo is available in SAP document server, or maybe SAP directories, we can say, maybe file manager. Suppose whatever the logo which you want to call, of course, client will give you the details. So this is a logo and this is a logo name which you need to call. If you know about the logo name, directly you can pass it here. We do have that parameter. Can you see? You do have that parameter option. Now, suppose user is saying that no, the logo is not available. So take this image, first upload this in SAP document server, then you need to call it. Now, how to do? Now, let's take one logo from the internet. So I'm taking one logo from the internet. Take anything, which one you do like. It will accept the colorful also. I think I should go with this. I'm just downloading this logo to my SAP document server first, means to my local system first. I'm downloading this logo, download. Of course, you can do with the save image. So I'm going to save this image somewhere in the desktop or somewhere in the pictures. Okay. So this is something like media, something. And what is this image type? This image saving it as PNG. You do have various type of images, PNG, JPG. You do have the GIF as well. There are many. But in SAP, whatever the logo you want to use or you want to upload, that logo type should be BMAP. SAP will accept only the logo with the type BMAP. It means whatever the logo you have downloaded, that logo is a part of your some other format. So there are many logos. This one, which I'm talking about, this logo is a part of your something like PNG. Now, before we use this logo in an SAP, this logo should be in bitmap. Now, this PNG image we need to convert in bitmap. How to do? Again, there are various way. But what I will do is, even though by using the paint you can you can convert this logo into other format. Now, what I do? Right click on this logo. You can just open with paint, and in the paint you can do the resizing. You can do many things over here. Now, what I do is, here you do have the select all option. Can you see? Select all, and here you do have the option or save as BMAP. Can you see? You can convert into PNG, JPG, BMAP, GIF, so on. But I told you that in SAP it will accept only BMAP. I will go with the BMAP, and again I'm going to save it in a pictures folder. I'm going to save it in a pictures where you can store it anywhere. It's up to you. And can you see this is now it is converting into BMAP. Now save. We have done with this. Now there is again a different step which you need to follow to take now currently your logo in your local system. Now we need to upload this logo in SAP document server. I can say upload the logo in SAP document server. So we use the transaction code called OAER. This is a transaction code to upload the logo in SAP document server. And make sure logo type is BMAP. SAP will not allow any other logo type. It should be BMAP only. Now what I do is I will go to OAER, the transaction code called OAER. So in the interview, they will ask you what is the function model which will be used to display the data in tabular format, how you are going to maintain the logo in SAP document server, what is the transaction code for that, what type of image being used, then what is the function model to maintain the heading, subheading in your report output list, what is the function model to display the logo, so on. So whatever the note I'm providing at the in this while discussing with each topic, that will be considered as your interview preparation. Not only you just prepare all, but I'm just giving you the hint. Even the structure names are also very important. They will ask you the structure names also sometimes. So you need to be prepared. So I'm going with OAER. Now, during the OAER, while downloading the logo from internet to my local system, it was given me the pop-up like, where do you want to save that logo? I have selected the by default pictures folder. Similarly, I told you that even SAP server is also having some file manager directory. So he is asking you under which path you want to save your for that logo. Now we are uploading the logo from, see, we downloaded the logo from your internet to local system. Same way, now you need to upload the logo from your system to SAP document server. Now while uploading the logo in SAP document server, what is the path? So path is, this is a standard path provided by the SAP, and the class type is OT, other image. Can you see? Now while downloading the logo from internet to my local system, and it was given me the pop-up, where do you want to save and what should be the file name you need to consider, or you want to consider in what name you want to download. Same way, maybe that logo is with a different name in your local system, but while uploading the same logo in SAP, what name you want to save, in what name you want to save that object. You can provide anything. I can say test logo, anything you can provide. And see, while downloading, see, when I right click on this, when I save image as, so it will ask you both the things, what should be the file path and what should be the file name. So I want to save in a same name which system has proposed. You can go in this way. Otherwise, can you see the starting name is something like media? I can prefer the same name if you want, like media underscore logo, anything. You can save that logo in any name, right? Now you can need to click on execute. Now, can you see here at bottom? This is your select document type or application. Under that, you can find the standard document type. You can expand the standard document type, and here you can find the screen. Double click on the screen. He will ask you the logo path. Where is your logo? So my logo is in SAP document server with the type BMAP. Now in that, which one is the BMAP one? Can you see when I place the cursor on that, it is showing that item type PNG and the item type BMAP. So you need to select the BMAP only and open. Enter. That's it. Allow. Done. We have uploaded. Now, while saving the logo in your SAP document server, what name we have proposed? Media underscore logo. Now, same name you need to call here. Now, if I click on execute, 1000 to 1010, and this is your logo. And this is the default position. Now, if you're seeing I need in the middle or left justified, not possible. This is the one. Now, if you want to resize, then what you need to do is with the paint option, you need to resize it and then you need to re-upload it. And then you need to call it. That is already you know. If you need with the different size, you need to resize it first, either by using the paint or with the different software from the internet. And then you need to re-upload it. Simply resizing is not possible, like it is not a solution. First you need to resize, then you need to re-upload again by following the OAER, right? And then you need to call it same way. So this is how we can provide the heading, subheading, and the logo. Now if I click on 1000, it is taking you to the next. Again, if I click on this 5045, again it is taking you to the next. As we discussed, SAP has provided two different functions for the same activity. Nothing but if you want to display the data in tabular format, either you can go with reuse ALV grid display or reuse ALV list display. But if you look at these two function model, 95% the properties is remain same. Means both will be used to display the data in tabular format. But if both are going to do the same job, then what is the exact difference between these two? Even in both cases, you'll get the same features, right? Sorting, total, subtotal, filter, change layouts, everything. But if I want to know the graphically also, you can feel the difference. Now, for example, if I click on execute, this is with my ALV grid. And if I go with the next list, this is a part of ALV list. ALV grid and the ALV. These are the two different things, but both are used to be display the data in tabular format and both is having the same features. But what is the exact difference between these two, right? Now, if I look during the ALV list case, can you see this street field I have or street column I have set it as editable. Can you see? You can able to edit this one. Now, here we can go with the difference between these two. Sometimes in the interview, they will ask you the difference between ALV grid and ALV list. So one side I will take it as ALV grid and one side I will take it as ALV list. The actual difference between these two. So very first difference, it is in write mode. This is in write mode. So user can set the columns editable. You know, you have made it one column editable during the first list. That is a part of ALV grid. Now, if I display the same list with the ALV list, then you cannot make this column editable. If you want to make any of the column in the ALV output list as editable, that ALV list should be with the grid format, not with the list format. So list format always in read mode. It is in read mode. You cannot edit anything. It is in read mode. Now, for example, see, I told you that parameters are remain same. There is no any difference between the parameters. Now, if I go with the display data, can you see this is a part of grid where we are printing the data of KNA1. Can you see we are printing the data of KNA1. Parameters are remain same. Now, if I change from this grid to list, I'm not changing the parameter. I'm changing the name of function module. Now if I take that street and the postal code outside, can you see? Is it possible to edit it? Are we able to edit this one? No, right? So this is always in read mode. ALV reuse ALV list display. It is always in read mode. It is not possible to set any column editable. Second difference. See, with the help of ALV grid, we can differentiate the heading and the subheading. Here, are we going to differentiate this one? No. The both heading is in the two different line, but both are with the same font, same size, same style. There is no any difference between the sizing. How can you say that which one is the main heading, subheading? Irrespective of that line which we are printing, but there is no any actual the major difference between these two. Both are getting printed with the same. Did you observe with the logo? It is gone. So with the ALV grid, it is not possible to display the logo. So grid, with this, user can differentiate heading and subheading. Now both comes with the same size. Same font, family, size, and the style. The next, user can display the logo. Here, not possible. Now here itself you can see, if I change the name of that function model, see, instead of list, if I make it as a grid again, execute, see, the logo as it is, everything is come back. See, can you see here, we have passed the current program name. Can you see? Current program name, callback program name. Okay. Now, if I go with the debugger, so first we are extracting the data from database to internal table. Then we are going to maintain the field catalog. Then we are going to prepare the event internal table, and then we are going to display. Can you see here? We are going to pass the current callback program name, and here this field catalog internal table has been prepared. Field name Kunal, land 1, name 1, ORT0 and PSTLZ and the stars, and the table we have maintained, internal table is IT underscore KNA1. And then the cell text underscore S, cell text underscore M, cell text underscore L. So these are the three column heading we have maintained. And then we have maintained the output lane also. Can you see output lane? See, these are the column from that structure. If you scroll towards right, you can find those column. But instead of scrolling towards the right, I have shifted those column to the first position by typing here. Can you see this is the insert column option. Now, if you want to know what is the total number of column in this structure, you can just go with the columns. Here you'll get the list of columns from that structures list underscore fieldcat underscore ALV. Okay. And then, but here we have hard coded the program name. Can you see here we have hard coded the program name. No need to do it. Why? SAP has provided the system variable sy-cprog and sy-repi. These are the two different system variable. Both are going to return your current program name. Can you see this one? ZA000 customer underscore SO underscore REP. So instead of hard coding this program name, so we should pass this system variable. Now here Similarly, size epoch. Same thing here. Again, we are passing the structure name. You should not hard code it. You can create the constant. Similarly, see whenever we call the function model, whatever the parameter needed, we are going to use them. The parameter which you don't need, don't keep it as it is. This we can call as a grayed out code or the dead code. So just remove this one. If you don't need it, just remove like this, right? So don't keep the dead code, just remove if you don't need. Similarly from here, then actually we need to maintain the constant for this, either constant or text element, because this is a part of hard coded. You will get the many errors in the SLIN or the EPC, I can say. I'm just removing this one. Now if I check extended program check, activate all checks. Now there are 30 and all are related to the hard coding. Can you see? All are related to the hard coding. Either you can create the constant or text element, or you can hide this error by using this pragma, or we can say pseudocode.